Hey parents, Master Sheila here, and today on the Summer Camp FAQ series, we're covering schedules and routines. You know, being a father of 5 and a grandfather and working with children like I have, hundreds of thousands over the past 35 years, the one thing I'll tell you that makes children feel really safe and secure is routines and schedules. So every Friday, we will send out an email and a text message that'll have the schedule and routine of what we're doing every day of camp next week. It'll have what time the arrival and departure is. So our arrival is 7 to 9 all the time. Now there may be some days that if we're leaving the academy early on a field trip, I may say, hey, on this day I need you here at 7:30. But we'll give you that way in advance. I'm asking you to make sure and communicate that to your children as well. Also talking about what we're doing each day, what the field trip is. That way we're not getting into a situation where if we need to talk about something or help them through a fear and anxiety, a limiting belief, that we're not having to do it on spot when they're in a real anxious moment. We can address that way in advance and work on it. We also let them understand that our schedules and routine for the days are pretty much the same. It may vary on where we're going, but the actual routines are the same. Same thing when we get into the afternoon. When we get to 3 o'clock time, and we're basically shutting the summer camp portion down, and we're getting into the afternoon or after school type hour schedule. And that means at 3:15 we're doing a snack. They have a little bit of playtime till about 3:40. 3:40 we're lining them up. We're making sure who has class that day at 4 o'clock, and we start that process in the afternoons. And we do the same thing in the daytime as well. We know that roll call at 9 o'clock on Mondays. That is a standard that we do all the time. And then from there, we get them lined up. We get the groups separated out. We're getting ready to go to the movies. We're doing our pre-trip protocols for field trips. The kids, after being here, once they're here a day or two, they understand what to do. And then once they're here a week or two, believe me, they're pros. They know exactly when we say, get all your stuff, let's line up. And then we do lunchbox checks, water bottle checks, make sure equipment checks. We do all that stuff. The kids know that, and they know exactly what's going on. And they'll even help coach each other and help each other out on those schedules and routine once they're in there. So those don't change very much. Every Monday we do movies. Tuesdays and Thursdays we do swimming. And then on Wednesdays, the younger group has Olympic field day. The middle group has another field trip. And the teen groups, they're pretty much gone from after they get checked in the mornings. And then on Fridays we do a field trip, and then we do lunch. So, and that's something else on Fridays for routines and schedules. On Fridays, we're going to provide lunch. If they've got a special eating program or they don't, we typically try to go to a buffet that has pizza and salad and pasta. If they don't like any of that, then please make sure and pack a lunch on the lunch guideline that we give you in the parent handbook. Please talk with your children about, one, we tell them this is not a race to eat as fast as you can, because sometimes they get in there and they think that, I got to eat as many as I can get, and then they end up getting sick. We don't want that to happen. Also, I tell the children that on Fridays, if they've been good through the week, they've listened and followed directions, they've worked really, really hard, then they can have one soda on Friday when we're out. They have to drink a glass of water first and eat first, and then they can have a glass of soda. If you don't want your child having soda, then please tell them, no soda for you. And so that way that we know, and tell them, because I tell them, I'm going to go off what your parents say. So if your parents have told you no soda, then you know what your parents are telling you. Please don't come tell me, oh yeah, I can have soda when I'm not with my parents. No, they need to be able to follow that. And then on pickup schedule, the pickup times are no later than 6:30 Monday through Thursday for full-time, 3 o'clock for part-time, and then on Fridays it's 3 o'clock part-time and 6 o'clock on Fridays. That's our pickup time. Please be here no later than that time. I don't want to have to charge late pickup fees and all that. I just rather get you guys where you need to be at. Now, if something is going on, if for some reason you're coming home to pick your child up and there's an accident on 35 or 183 or whatever, wherever you're at, please give us a call, and we'll be happy to try to help you out the best we can. Now, if it starts becoming an issue, we'll have a conversation. And if it starts becoming consistent, then we'll have to start charging you. That's not what we want to do. If you just communicate with us, a lot of times it's a one-off. It's not a big deal. I'm not going to worry about it, and we'll move forward. But I've had in the past, everything you're going to see in the handbook has been a situation at one point in time with a parent, and that's why it's in the handbook, unfortunately. So just communicate with us, have great conversations. If you know that you need to pick your child up for an appointment, please do not schedule it before, I would say, probably 2:30 or 3 o'clock Monday through Thursday, and on Fridays until way after the appointment. Now, if you need to do a morning appointment, please understand that if we are leaving at a certain time, if you don't meet us, there's not going to be anybody here for your child to stay with. And I don't let the kids mingle between the different camps. So once we get separated out in the morning time, Camp Insanities with Camp Insanity, Camp Adventures with Camp Adventure. So if you're bringing your child and Camp Adventure's already left, you're going to need to meet us there so that those groups are together. We're just doing different things, and they're different age groups, different maturity levels, and the speed and flow of things does make a difference. So please make sure and do that. So if you're not choosing our camp and you're looking at somebody else's, then please ask them about their routines and schedules. I promise you, if you have the children on a routine and a schedule, even in their everyday life, and they understand that, their anxiety levels diminish a lot because they know what's coming up. They know what to expect. And so that's what I would highly recommend. If there's any questions about our schedules, our routines, please give us a call. I'll look forward to seeing you guys in summer camp, and hopefully we're the camp you choose. We'll talk soon. Bye-bye.